Hello everyone, welcome to episode 2 of 360 degrees podcast. We talked about yesterday about the various aspects you need to work on as you come up with a new resolution. And today we are going to talk about personal finances, how you should work around it so that you ensure you have a habit to develop going forward so that you can be financially independent and save up just good enough money for you going forward. How do you initiate such habits for yourself? First, you need to be aware of how you spend your money. Do you know the various areas you put your money? Or can you able to account for your money, that is, for example? So, well, you need first to have that background of how you spend your money, and you need to come up with a budget. You can have a template on how on all the sources of income, and then you can have on various expenses where you spend your money in terms of housing, miscellaneous expenses, entertainment, and see where you need to cut so that you're also able to develop the habit of saving money every other month so that you can start the journey to financial freedom. Uh, why I chose this topic basically is because most of us, before the month ends, they complain that they don't have money, and if you are not able to trace where your money is going, uh, it becomes a challenge to even save to cater for certain needs in future or urgent needs when they come around. So you need to have that in hand, and then you need to start habit of saving. It doesn't matter how much you earn, but you need to start saving at least just a little money every other month, basically just to have a habit. Once you do it for a while, I think you'll appreciate eventually how much you're able to save, and we are going to talk about that later, as in terms of what you can invest in so that you are able to increase your money or savings or financial, or what you call financial freedom. Another thing you need to know is what areas do you spend money on. You need to cut that down. uh, Rent is a must, of course, that you have to pay. You need to also supply, that is grocery for your house, you need to take that into account. If you have children, you need to look for school fees, of course you need to pay that. uh, what's important today, I think the takeaway in this would be to save money, and to check your expenditure where you spend more and be able to cut that, because you'll be surprised if you are to come up with a budget where money is spent the most. You're able to realize that there are certain areas where you spend money unnecessarily, and this is where I want you to consider going forward so that you're able to save much for emergencies in future, of course. And also, I ask that in your budgeting, you also consider things like putting money aside to invest in insurance. We'll talk about this later, but it's important that you invest in insurance so that you also get to have a peace of mind for you and your family going forward. So I think that's what I wanted to talk about today. And if you have many questions or comment, you can put down there in the comment section. We'll be glad to discuss further on that. So I think the takeaway in this is you need to budget for your finances going forward. You need to know the various sources of funds and the various ways you spend your money, so that if you are to develop this habit of saving, just save a little of the amount, because what you need to do is to have that habit so that you are able to save for you, and have the discipline going forward. So I think that will be all for today. I want to wish you well. Have a good day. Go make the world a better place. Cheers.